Hello, 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 beautiful people. Hi, some guy. If nobody's greeted you yet, hi. I'll tell you what's good. I'm good. We did it. We did a thing. So as I was sitting at home, goodbye. Hi, Fatal. How are you doing, sweetie? As I was sitting at home, I was like, kind of doing my usual like nighttime routine, and I pulled up on my phone Twitter, and I was like, wow, this place is a cesspool. I hate this. And I was like, you know what? I don't like phone games, but this particular phone game is one where I know I'm going to need to play the phone. Like, I know I'm going to need to actually like log in, do luxcavations, and manage my stamina properly. So I did the thing. I installed it on my phone. You might notice I've leveled up a little bit. I have not progressed through the story at all. We're still at Kromer. But without getting the daily login bonuses, without doing season pass content, and without, you know, actually engaging with the mechanics of the game, progression is going to be halted. We're gonna grind to a halt. And it's not going to be fun for me to grind on stream. It's not going to be fun for you guys to watch me grind on stream. So I don't want to do that. So I decided to do anything that involves clicking the win rate button and the go button. I'm just going to not do that on stream. I'm going to do that basically in my free time whenever I'm playing something else. I could just click the phone on the desk and just boop, 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 boop. And that's what I did the last couple of days. And it works like really, really well. It turns out most of this game is skippable, and that, I don't know what that says. Certainly the luxcavations, and there's a reason the skip battle button exists, I guess. But the EXP luxcavations and the thread luxcavations are skippable almost completely. So instead of spending double the resources, I just spend the standard resources and skip through them. I've skipped through mirror dungeons a couple of times. That's why my lunacy is up to 2k. But I'm not going to do any pulls until after we've killed Kromer and we can do multiple pulls in a row, with the exception of our fancy ticket. So I'm gonna need chat's help for this one. You will not be chastised for backseat gaming. I'm going to use this nominal S1 identity ticket, which I've heard lets you just choose an ID. I can choose basically any ID that I want out of this list, and I don't know squat about these IDs, like anything. Only 2 of the IDs from here, good. That's what I need help with, because I need help choosing an ID that's actually going to be halfway decent. Of course, I don't want to pick Heathcliff, because I've already got a good three-star ID for him, and I don't want to pick Otis for really obvious reasons. I want a unit that is going to probably replace Mariachi. I'm looking at the Sinclair. I'm like, is this one of the good ones or is this one of the dog shit ones? Because like I like Mariachi Sinclair for the whimsy factor. But if I'm gonna run 3 units for a lot of the fights to double up on my really strong IDs, I want my third ID to be a good one. I'd like is this Pierre? I'd like an ID that is just good first. There are 2 that are good, you say? I'd like an ID that's good, and it would be great if the ID worked towards a bleed team. But I don't know very much about it. 3-star Sinclair or Kromer, whichever is your taste. So this one's got burn built into him, which is not bad. Like, I feel like I could kind of go either way with burn or bleed. I'd like to know which... Oh, is this... Oh god, this is Faust, the one who grips Faust. So this is nails and bleed. And then we've also got paralyze in some cases. Being able to apply paralyze, I hear, is pretty good. Faust is just fun. Sinclair is a good unit. I already have a pretty solid, I feel like Butler Faust is pretty solid. So I've already got a pretty solid Butler Faust thing, but Mariachi Sinclair is good only as a meme. Like, I feel like in actual combat, he doesn't really do a whole lot. But this Sinclair looks much better. So yeah, I think if he's a viable option, I think that is a solid pick for sure. Interesting. So this is what are these these are the individual characters? Okay, I got it. Get Sinclair. Yeah, I already am using Sinclair, and the Mariachi Sinclair is probably one that I want to get rid of. Also, I don't have, like, I think Heathcliff is slash. This will also be slash. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Now we have the uptie question. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, he's got the scar on his forehead. Like what's his tits? The red scar was on the other guy, like his gay crush in school he was talking to. Everything, I'll burn it all, and my whole disgusting life too. Okay, cool. And we've got a bunch of XP tickets for our daily login bonuses, so that's good. These are targeted ego shard crates, I think. I'm gonna save those until we feel like we need to use them. Now let's check our sinners. Demian? Yeah, that's the one. Okay, so we're gonna swap to our new, the one who shall grip. We have so many Sinclair IDs. Okay, and we've got uptie options. I've got 103 uptie juice. The question is, which one is going to be the better investment? Heathcliff? Or uptying Heathcliff, or uptying the new Sinclair ID? That's the question. We're definitely going to EXP ticket, because we need to bring him at least up to around where our other two big IDs are at. So we're gonna take him up to 30. And I think we're gonna make sure that Heathcliff is also at around 30. So we're beefing up the boys. The lads. All right, so Otis, Heathcliff, and Sinclair are all juiced up. Now, uptie. I'm inclined to uptie. I'm inclined to uptie Heathcliff, but I guess I should take a peek here and see what it is. If the target has 5+ bleed, inflict 5 burn, and then gain blunt power up next turn. So this skill 3 is unlocked at tier 3. So putting 2 upties into him is going to unlock that. Whereas let's look at Heathcliff's skill 3. Clash Win, heal. All right, so this is Requiem. Clash Win, heal 10 SP. If this unit has Dullahan active, Lament, Mourn, and Despair instead. And then coin power +1 for every 6 sinking on the target. Gain 1 coffin. Gain 2 damage up next turn for every 3 value. And then sinking, if inflict sinking and impending ruin. And then this, oh my goodness, this is another one that's unlocked. Lament, Mourn, and Despair. Okay, so this is if he has Dullahan, he's going to use the beefed up version of this, which looks like it just does more. Yeah, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Let's check. Okay, so he's just got 1 skill that he unlocks that doesn't have an interaction with anything like this. I think we're going to uptie Heathcliff. Now, I know that these can have potentially spoilers in them, I'm inclined to not watch this. I think I'm inclined to skip this because I don't want to be spoiled. And I can come back and watch it later. So I'm gonna skip this. I don't want to be spoiled by anything because getting spoiled by an uptie is gonna piss me off. So we're gonna skip the uptie. And cool, we got some rewards for uptying Heathcliff. So now we've got 2 uptied characters and 3 triple zeros that are going to be up to level 30. So I think we're ready to fuck with Kromer. Oh, this is it's given me a new thing, and that shit is gonna drive me crazy because it's an exclamation point. Okay, we're gonna try to ignore it. We're gonna resume. All right, time to jump in on Kromer with, oh wait. Can I change this? Oh, I guess I can't change his build. I can't change his skin here? I changed it. Did I? Hang on a second. Does it not stick to window? We'll go back to the window and try to poke this to see if we can get it to stick, but maybe it doesn't stick. Yeah, I've edited the team and I have this one as my selected ID. I guess the IDs don't change while you're in the middle of a dungeon. Okay, so that sucks. So our Sinclair ID is not going to get any, we're not going to get any benefits from our new Sinclair ID. Hopefully having Heathcliff uptied twice, that was definitely the right choice. But hopefully having Heathcliff uptied twice is going to be enough of a filler to make it so that we can handle this a bit easier. But let's give it the old college try. I've got my Los Angeles Sunshine Cola Zero. I'm not sponsored, but these things are amazing. And it's like 38 cents a can. Okay. I'm curious if we hit win rate. We're looking at favored and then hopeless for your little boy over here. Yeah, I'm generally thinking that using and we can check. I think we have all of the info that we need on Kromer now. Doesn't have any weakness to envy, it seems, but definitely orange lust is one that we want to avoid. Which is weird. She's the lust. She's the lust character. The lusty barmaid. Lusty Argonian maid, if you will. Wow, we just lost all of those. Favored, but get wrecked, I guess. Alright, that sucks. So we have lust. It's neutral, favored. And this is our new skill that we have. We're gonna pull out Dullahan. I need Mama to pop off. We cannot be failing in the very beginning of the fight. That sucks. And now we've got Dullahan. And Mariachi's... Oh, shit. He's staggered? Why is he staggered? I need a combat log. This is like, why? What happened? Why is he staggered? That doesn't make any fucking sense. Alright, well, our little boy is probably about to get his ass blasted, but we'll see. We'll see if Sinclair is able to survive this, because generally speaking, I don't like Sinclair being on the receiving end of any attacks, if I can help it. but I don't really see much of a choice. There he goes, evading. Okay, he evaded most of those attacks. He only took like 3, but that's all it took. He took 3 and then he got staggered. Alright, so I guess, does he just get staggered for a turn now whenever he decides to pop off and get his Doulahan on? That's odd. $33. God damn. Okay, so he's doing it. He's doing a thing. How am I she's doing some bullshit that's staggering me. That's what's happening. Okay. And why does Sinclair have 2 attacks? This is fucked up. I'm giving up because Sinclair is not supposed to have 2 attacks. Heathcliff's the one who's supposed to have the 2 attacks. Sinclair having 2 attacks is a massive waste. And I need to take... Yeah, why is Sinclair getting extra attacks? He's number 3 in the order. He's selected last.
이게 옳은 선택일까?
Sinclair, you're useless. Sin skewering nail. Hey, how's it going? Diakia Leafon? Leafeon? Like the Pokemon? Are you a Pokemon? I'm trying to take down Kromer. I've been told that this is a baby fight and it should not be any trouble whatsoever, but I struggle. Gazes into the target for next turn. Combat start, gazes into the target for next turn. Staggered for 1 turn, take 100% damage from Kromer. Okay, gaze of the one who grips. So this is the one where I need to make sure that it's targeting. And it's not even on hit. This just like gazes into the target for next turn. So it just causes them to be staggered for a turn. Yeah, how are you doing today, Leafeon? Support friend IDs. You can borrow characters from your friends list. Yeah, I do know that that's a thing that I can do. I'm trying. I have this crazy thing where I don't like to, especially in story content for games, I don't like to take shortcuts or, you know, use guides. And I feel like borrowing friends is kind of in a similar vein. This is like an arbitrary thing for me, particularly, that I don't necessarily love. But it is just like a little kind of thing that I like to feel like I've done the thing by myself. Yeah, I know that Sinclair is he's for the memes. He's here, he's my support animal, and he's just here for the memes. welcome to the stream. Yeah, you can see I'm happy to struggle with meme Sinclair on my team because it's funny. Apparently I got lucky. I know very little about this game, but apparently I got lucky when I got Heathcliff, and then the very next stream, as I was complaining about the game, I got Otis. Well, Otis is struggling. I don't know what happened this last turn, but she's not having a good time. I'm going with only 3 sinners because while you think that this mariachi Sinclair is bad, he's he's got nothing on the other IDs that I have. I've got almost base IDs for most of the sinners that I have access to, so that would be why. And you can ask pretty much whatever you want. Just, you know, we have one pretty simple rule on the channel. Just don't be a dirty anus. And as long as you can follow that rule, then you can ask whatever you want. That's interesting. I'd like to see that. See, look at him go! Thwack, thwack, shake, shake. He's adorable. You can't tell me that he's not the most adorable thing you've ever seen. He's so cute. Look at him go. That's a lot of damage, Heathcliff. Goddamn. So this is new. We literally just figured out how to uptie at the end of last stream. So Heathcliff doing stuff with Dualahan is new. I used to be able to get Dualahan out, but I didn't have anything special. But the uptie 3 thing is pretty dope. We have seen this. We've gotten Kromer to phase 2 before, but when we got her to phase 2 last time, it was just the only one that we had available was Otis, was Mama Otis, and we very quickly got obliterated. So far, everything is going significantly better than it was before. Okay, so we've got some goofy goober stuff going on here. We need to see. We rolled a 10 with Otis, so Otis can intercept whatever. So Otis has to intercept the 2 back attacks, and then we can come in here with your little boy Dualahan and take out the one in the front. And then I suppose we'll have our little cheerleader mariachi boy attack the front. It's the Sinclair she always dreamed of, but we're using him to kill her. I wanted to bring that ID in. I have that ID. I just unlocked it at the beginning of stream, but I was like saved at this part in the particular fight, and it wouldn't let me. So, what are you gonna do? You know? We need to get the Dualahan back out so he can pop off with his Dualahan again. Look at him go! Shake, shake, thump, thump, thump. It's adorable. It really is. It's adorable. Okay, on use, if target's HP is below 30%, bonus 100% damage. Uh-oh, that doesn't look good. And then on hit, inflict fragile, bleed, fragile, bleed. Okay, 36 to 86. That seems like it's going to be a hard number to beat. Like a really hard number to beat. Yeah, no shit, you're struggling. 3 to 11, 7. Okay, all right. What if we swapped these? It still is not looking great. It says we're power counter. I think we still get to do a thing, but this is not looking great per se. No, let's see what we can do here. We are dominating over here, but the scores are basically matched. What if we do this bottom attack up here for this one? That's gonna make an NA res. But we're struggling then because it's the color matching. The color matching really does fuck us here. You like Sinclair? Yeah, so far say I hear that I've heard some complaints about this particular fight's the word that was used was the prose, or not this fight, this chapter's like prose. I've heard is not great, but I don't know. I've so far I've nominally enjoyed Sinclair's story. Imagine killing a whole N-Corp team to kill that would be funny. It's almost like it wouldn't make any fucking sense. Look at him go. Thump thump. Okay. So she's staggered. We can kind of let loose now. That's a lot of damage. I'm planning on fucking her up, that's for sure. Your fun life update, it's complicated became a situationship, you think? That sounds like a situationship. If you think. Yeah, fantastic. What do you mean, don't worry, Leafeon? You're telling me don't worry. Don't worry, when you reach Kanto 7, the game is going to kick you in the balls even harder. What? I already feel like this game's pacing, balance, and difficulty is frustrating as hell. Just for reference, because I know you're new here, Leafeon, I have done in succession Lobotomy Corporation, Library of Ruina, and now I'm playing Limbus Company. And this is by far the worst pacing I've ever seen. And it's 100% because of the randomization that comes in with gacha games. Gacha game mechanics suck. I hate them. You can't convince me. Well, you can convince me otherwise. Provide me with sufficient evidence to allay my doubts. But I don't think gacha is the recipe. Not in a paid gacha sense. Perhaps it's side effects from the transformation. She's breathing heavily. Perhaps it's a side effect of us beating her ass constantly. Her posture is unstable and her eyes are looking elsewhere. With her focus disrupted, we might be able to land a critical strike. Who could seize the opportunity? I think we've got one person who's got a chance. Let's give it a shot. Nailed it. Check passed. Otis circled around Kromer's fleshy mass to disorient her. Oof. Soon enough, she let her guard down. Otis didn't miss the chance to deliver a devastating blow that seemed pretty effective. A deep, indelible wound was left on Kromer's body. Could this be it? She's staggered. Oh, get wrecked. Get wrecked, bozo. Okay, so the maul is broken. So we can focus, basically, what is it? If we do win rate, it focuses on this, but this is already cooked. Like, this is a wasted attack, I think. So we wouldn't want to do that. We want to do this, right? Either of the arms, I think, would be the focus. And I think that going all in on one arm is maybe that's a bit much. Put a little mariachi boy in one attack on the other one. I have some evidence for you. Reading is cringe, though. And does the evidence happen to be associated with a pants grab meme? Because I feel like that's what's coming. What the hell? She just beat Heathcliff off. The fleshy hill exuded potent acid, melting Sinclair's legs. Oh my god. All the other sinners are being dissolved by the caustic secretion too. Oof. She's leaving around a little snail trail. He trips and hits the ground. No, perhaps I should say that he was thrown off his feet. In spite of that, he still crawls towards Kromer. Oh my god, look at his arm right now, chat. Look at his arm. It's so fucked. It hurts, doesn't it? You're filled with rage, aren't you? Accept it all. Welcome it with open arms. Embrace your hate, your anger. And watch my glorious body. Closer to the purest form of humanity than ever before. This flesh here, the sheer, unmatched strength of purity. Girl, you need help. Look at how human you are. You can become like me too. Sinclair, you were scared all along, weren't you? You lost your family. Lost? But you killed them. And you had to ride a bus with these strangers, forced to do things you didn't want. You knew in your heart that you didn't belong there, right? Didn't you want to run? Didn't you want to quit it all? Am I wrong? I swear I'll... Join me, Sinclair. Don't avoid this. Embrace it. Complete my grudge. The arm Sinclair was using to hold his weapon was growing limp by the second. He nevertheless continued in Kromer's direction. We must accept the pain. Only when we have transcended suffering can we be reborn. Bloat the flesh, spill the blood, adding on the most human things each second. Paint the man, cut the lines. Paint the man, cut the lines. To the purest world there, where the impurities plaguing the city of all folks have been filtered out. Mama, Papa, Sis. Sinclair vacantly mutters, looking at the faces of his now dead fellow sinners. I couldn't leave him like this. Sinclair, listen to me! I am embarrassed that it took me so long to take action, but it was better than I need to learn how to read. It was better late than never. Act like the manager I am. I know you think a lot. I know there's a lot going on in your head that you can't share with others. That's how he was. Worried that he might be a burden, he constantly put his mind through doubts and ruminations, most of which he never let on about. He's chewed up so many a thought in the form of guilt. My family died because of me. I said stuff I really shouldn't have. Her head's just cut off. Exactly. It's all your fault. So embrace it. That's the way to become wholly reborn. Girl, there's something seriously wrong with your navel. Wait, that's not her navel. Follow me and rest in my grip. I'd still... What? Some guy. You need help. Oh my god. Something with that mouth do. That mouth dissolves everything it touches into a blob and absorbs it into itself. Gross. Don't listen to her. You have to see, look at her, observe her carefully. Alas, my voice didn't seem to reach him. Sinclair's weapon leaves his hand and lands on the ground. Pretty sure someone on the Reddit designed a dreamer of human wholeness body pillow. Oh my god. Of course they did. His advance for Kromer has stopped. Yep, it looks like this is the end for us. I can feel my body melting into the mound. I knew I'd die trying to play the proper manager sooner or later, but... Sinclair? I have to tell him more. I have to tell him that Kromer's spewing a heap of lies, threats, hypocrisy, and exaggeration. Every nerve in my body is screaming that I shouldn't give up on him. I can feel the burning pain of my melting body. Look! Look closely, Sinclair! Not with your eyes, with your heart! I screeched at Sinclair. Only then will you see what matters most. Only then will you see what matters most. In that moment, someone quietly appeared, and when you can see the things that matter most, you won't have to stifle yourself with shallow threats or cheap tricks. Isn't that right, Sinclair? Aw, his high school crush popped back up to say hello. Oh my god, look at his arm. I love that they designed a little bean sprite with his melted legs and his arm just like melted into the... That's true. That is the gay boy. Automod held a message. We're gonna allow that message. Fuck the gay boy. You got flagged there by the auto moderator. The auto moderator was like, I don't know if this is okay or not. He moved with grace and airiness, as though he floated in the air. He seemed lighter than anyone else, unbound by anything. Contrary to his impression of freedom from all worldly longings, an oppressive air seemed to accompany every step he took, and with just a wave of his right arm, Kromer's upper body vanished in a clean cut. She's cooked. The auto mod wants Sinclair for themselves. The auto mod doesn't like this post. They see themselves in it and they don't like it. Demian, you've changed your own fate, Sinclair. Right now, you're neither a coward nor a hero, but you're still yet to let go of your fears completely. I've said it before, haven't I? When you fear someone, that's because you gave them the power to have control over you. That's right, and I don't want anyone else to domineer over you, which is why I got rid of that Kromer. The man referred to as Demian, then started to walk. He took airy steps as though he were embarking on a light trip. The world is about to head for a new birth, and only a few individuals can get there. Sinclair, you're one of them. Sinclair fainted before he could answer. Demian slowly made his way over to me. Kromer attempted to become a god, like those which people of the past were said to believe in. Sinclair almost became her stepping stone. In the end, though, one has to break an egg on their own. Kromer put in quite a bit of effort, doing this and that to create a throwback to the time when Sinclair lost his first coin, irregardless of the fact that Christmas is still a while away. It's ironic that they resorted to creating false imagery, something they loathed so deeply. Don't you think so? What are you talking about? Who are you? You two can make this out later. That guy stole our kill. It's true. He did steal our kill. But I'm just glad it's over. A pleasure to meet you, Dante. So, you're the adult who will condition Sinclair at the moment. The fuck does that mean? As for who I am, and for what I was talking about, you'll see in due time. When Sinclair takes flight with unshakable faith in the power of the heart, right, when he becomes one with beautiful stars, that's when I'll return. Take good care of Sinclair until then, Dante. You can hear me? I can hear all sorts of chirps and trills. Dante, it's only natural that I hear your voice. As always, what matters most is something you can't see or hear. The boy with the blue scarf vanished without notice. After that, the mounds began to melt away. They dissolve into mixtures of flesh and mud. With them gone, a single golden bow appears before me, spreading its warm light. Sinclair's world was gradually melting with the hills. I excruciatingly dragged what was left of my upper body across the floor to reach Sinclair. He was still breathing. And so was I. I figured I should still be able to turn back the clock. Thus, that means I'm still their manager, and I should act like one. Plus, as I learned in my dying moments, I have to strive to become a more sensible manager. With all that, I need to tell him. You need to think more about synergy, Dante. It's all about synergy. It might have been your fault, Sinclair, but that's okay. Really. It's one small mistake. One anyone could make. Don't beat yourself up too much about it. I pat him on the back with my half-melted right arm. Sinclair doesn't reply. Yeah, he's fucking dead, dude. To be truthful, trying to identify someone to blame all this on would be a never-ending endeavor. something egg cracking Sinclair. We'll see. I don't know. You know, we'll see if the developer takes Sinclair in the right direction. The correct Sinclair. If we don't get a trans Sinclair ideology, I'm gonna be upset. Or ideology, identity, ideality. Is that what the IDs are called? I don't know. From each of us going and carrying our sins onto the bus, to my loss of head and memory, accompanied by an involuntary appointment as the executive manager. Identities. I think Heath is the one that gets all the female characters for IDs. God damn it. So wait, are you talking about female IDs like it's Heathcliff but like femme Heathcliff? Or are you saying that it's like Heathcliff but like Heathcliff just as a female character but not female? It's like a gender bent to male version of a female character? I'm confused. At the root of all this, I might find no one but myself to blame. Staying bound by that fact, though, it will only keep today. I'm fucking cooked, guys. I'm chat. I'm having a stroke. Staying bound by that fact, though, will only keep us from taking our next steps. We found him. I can hear multiple footsteps approaching our horribly incapacitated team. Virgilius must have figured we'd get into a mess after... mess and called the after team to scoop us off the ground. This looks like the individual we seek. Do I inject it now? The others can be revived as long as this one lives. Focus all resources on restoring their body. I felt a jab in my shoulder, then a strange sensation enveloped the parts of my body that had melted off. We were provided with 3 HP ampules. Do I use all 3 on them? Keep an eye on the regeneration process and use them at your discretion. Luckily, strap hangers? They're rolling in luxury thanks to having a color on their team. One with a friend in K-Corp at that too. Confirmed. The voices around me start to fade. Sinclair's bawling lamentation dimly rings through the emptiness. Our third mission marked its sober end in dismal defeat. I don't know if that counts as defeat because we got the golden bow. What are you talking about? Even though we recovered the golden bow, we lost. No, victory is receiving the golden bow. If you die, it doesn't matter. That's the whole point of the clock thing. What is Dante's problem? Take the dubs, man. Take the dubs. Demian got the kill, so it's a total loss. True. We got kill stole, and therefore the KD is cooked. Heathcliff is the woman character from Ruina, and there's another one that's a gender bend. We'll see. On the other hand, the bus was more vibrant than usual, possibly out of everyone's attempts to disregard the depressing outcome. I bought enough chicken kebabs for all of you to have one, so if anyone didn't get theirs, go and put your detective caps on by yourselves. Such curious cuisine. What is the intention of skewering chicken meat with a stick? I may be familiar with this kind of dish. Kakochi of the Dak variety. Kakochi of the Dak variety. A sweet smell, the kind Mephi likes. Stimulated, Charon revved the engine. Charon was humming another familiar tune. I could recognize the song this time. Charon, isn't that a Christmas song? Isn't Christmas still a long ways off? Don't put a damper on Charon's fun, bug guy. If Charon feels like it's Christmas, then that's that. But come on, I called you by your name for once. Well, why don't you settle the score by giving her a bus girly? Then, you know, tit for tat, all that. Ugh. Virgilius was watching the scene unfold, leaving his food to cool and hardly taking a bite, even though he was the one who bought it all. Perhaps he's gone quiet because of Charon's song. It does come to mind that he said he was going through a tunnel, and then I turned my gaze to Sinclair, who was awkwardly laughing amongst the other sinners. If we're going through a long tunnel, then what we do is wait for the morning to arrive, right? What was that about, Dante? Drop the goofy poetry and have a kebab. Come on, say ah. I like Rodion. Rodion's like, hey, all you people speaking in metaphors, shut the fuck up and just say what you mean. Our manager has no mouth. The executive manager has no need for a mouth, as they're perfectly capable of commanding us without a word. Do keep that in mind. Get your tongue out of my asshole. Golly, don't you ever get tired of licking the boot so clean, Otis? Oh, I got more of this square. It's peak. Ayo, BG, give me a light. Thought I wouldn't know what that's short for. I thought about giving a speech to the sinners about how this fruitful yet unsuccessful mission changed my mindset, but I soon shelved the idea. I told Sinclair not to let a failure of the moment bind him after all. Instead, I've resolved to make up for this less than ideal outcome on our next mission. May I have thine attention? Sir Virgilius. What? I do believe I have acted with sufficient caution as you so hath warned. Thusly, if I may, would you allow me to lay claim upon a skewer? Go right ahead. As Don Quixote excited jubilation adds a layer of vigor to the already lively bus, the message I couldn't speak, but one I'm sure has been conveyed in one way or another, spreads between us, and so the morning came. 20-something saying peak. Wait a second, I need to know this. Are you not allowed to use terms like peak? Is that like age gated, some guy? Is that a thing that like we're not allowed, like us old people are not allowed to say? It's it's age gated, Necro? Holy shit. I have so many infractions. Somebody is gonna have to arrest me. It's cooked. Once you become 18 and you say a Zoomer word, you get executed. Oh my god. Is this what the guillotine? Is this what we were talking about, the guillotines? Is this the guillotines? Is this what it's come to? Are they gonna take us all out back and guillotine us for saying based? Heath of all people to say peak. This is written by people in the modern age. So yeah, I don't it's making me think. I just finished this game that was it's a bad game, don't play it, but I just finished this game called Relicta, and the writing in Relicta is so bad, but it is a, like, I think it's a I'd have to check because I'm not sure, but I think it's a Sweet Baby Inc. Influenced game, but like it's one of those games that, like, they were trying to be hip and use lingo of the moment, but they did it in a really, really, really bad way. And it's like, I honestly had to start skipping the dialogue. It's just so bad. I'm trying to think of an example. Are you talking to me, Leafeon, or are you talking to somebody else in chat? Of course you can add me. I'll go, if anybody wants to add me as a friend on the thingy. Here's the thing. Add a friend. Where's the thing? Yeah, you guys can put your friend ID in if you want to. I don't know how to see my friend ID. Where's my friend? Here's my friend ID. There you go. If you want to add me as a friend, you can see the friend ID up there. But anyway, yeah, like I feel like specific dialogue like that, like I don't know, it's like it's time capsuling your game using like classic literature like this game is doing, or God, the writing in Disco Elysium. We just played that yesterday. The writing in Disco Elysium is so fucking good, and it's timeless. I feel like that is just never going to feel like it's out of time. It's fantastic. Ishmael calling other people unks while being the most unk-coded person in the bus. Yeah, that is fantastic. Otis is most unk. I mean, I would have to agree with you, some guy. I would say that if it wasn't for Dante, or if it wasn't for Otis, Dante would be the most unk. That's just the vibe I get from Dante, is that he's just, well, dude's got amnesia. He doesn't understand what's going on, and he's not trying to be cool. I don't think Otis is trying to be cool either, but like, yeah, they are a bit on the annoying side. Dante's a goofy goober. I suppose that's true. Anyway, we'll have to poke around with these ideas later. We'll have to process this later. What is this? This is not a canto. This is an intervallo. So an intermission between thingies. Is that what it is? I got your friend request. That's a cool banner. Looks neat. Confirm. Is it do I have to like click the thing? Oh, there we go. Accepted. We did the thing. We did it. You're my friend now. Okay. So, time I guess to do this intervallo. Chicken attack. Sorry, these are filler episodes, right? These are filler episodes. By the way, if anybody wants to add me as a friend, you're welcome to add me as a friend on the game. I can't promise I'll use your IDs. I probably won't, because I'm a stubborn bitch like that. But if you're interested in hanging out with some cool people in the channel, we have a Discord. You can ! Discord to hop in. We have some early restrictions for anybody who jumps in until they get approved, but basically it's a fun place. We hang out, we do voice chat, we do private streams and stuff in there, and generally just play games together.
Off the bus, everyone. This is where we're supposed to meet the client for our next mission.
Give me a break now. We're taking requests while you're for air, boys.
Say, what's that over there? It's got a long line in front of it. Can't you recognize the stirring scent? It's fried chicken, Greg. Deep fried chicken, brought to a crisp and expensive oil. It seems you haven't seen much of Nest K if you have yet to learn of Bora Vista chicken, the hottest trend around these parts. A man with a fastidious impression suddenly cut in on the sinner's conversation, as if he belonged to our group. Oh, Bora Vista chicken, is it? What is that? Permit me to answer. Bora Vista Chicken is a highly renowned restaurant known for its 6-legged, 8-winged poultry whose blissful tastes and gracious quantities really make you feel great compassion. What's more, they're prepared for every preference. The buzzworthy biddy with the right amount of tenderness, the chubby capon with plentiful flesh to dig into, the chewy cockerel that's perfectly al dente, and more. Now tell me, what do you want? I may have heard of it erst. Isn't this a surprise? Our Yi Sang of all people is keeping up with the fads from under his rock? Stop making me hungry, dude. He does have some pretty yummy explanations.
So what are you supposed to be? Can't hazard a guess you don't know who we are either. Seeing as you brazenly shove yourself in while we're talking.
Can you even explain who we are? Gracious. What could those things roaming around the restaurant possibly be? They don't appear very normal to me. Turning around, I spotted a rather strange-looking people with just as strange behavior. Isn't that K-Corp staff? What are they doing? I see. Individuals covering their heads with strange masks. Maybe there's some kind of mascot? It could be really cute when we look up close. Those mascots have people running and screaming, though. Seems a bit off, but let's leave them be. Doesn't look like they're coming this way, and I don't particularly feel like getting wrapped up in something bothersome. That's what we do. Like, everywhere we go, we just fuck with people and get into fights. You're right, they aren't necessarily approaching us. And just, what are you up to with that rock from the roadside, mysterious fella? Oh my god. What in the world did you do? Hit by the rock, it started looking around. Then it began to slowly shamble in our direction. Yikes, I've made such a clumsy mistake. What will we do? Likely story, Kaziol. You aimed straight for its head. I don't know, what's a Kaziol? I don't have my phone on me right now. We'll have to put a pin in that. I can probably pull it up on the Discord and just like put a pin in it. Kaziol. If somebody in chat knows some Russian thing, perfect. Wow, your form was impressively stable. Why, thank you. I once aspired to be a big city baseball player. I'll play ball with you, all right. Stay right there so I can knock your noggin out the park. They're approaching faster now. Shouldn't you deal with them first before working up a slugger with my head? This is unreal dialogue. This is filler episode dialogue. As Ryoshu furiously reached for her sheath, those things came right for us.
They have chicken heads.
Yep, whole chickens. Raw ones at that, too. It's like the ghosts of dead chickens clucking back from hell for revenge. So, you guys think it's because Sinclair left a chicken wing uneaten that one time, since it was a hassle to get the meat off? Can't think of anything else we might have done to call up Hen Havoc. Teasing like that won't get to me anymore, you know. Besides, Rhodia licked that one clean anyways. It appears that combat is going to be our sole recourse. So why is this guy taking cover behind me then? Before I could compare further, the chicken head crowd attacked us. This is kind of a filler episode, but that one does set up the next canto. Okay. This enemy, like, don't get me wrong, that's adorable, but what the fuck? It's so weird. A lot of them drop vital information. Oh, I'll believe it when I see it. Welcome to the city. Is this even the strangest thing we've seen? It's definitely not the strangest thing we've seen. It does seem relatively innocent and harmless though. Unless we're talking about like a Full Metal Alchemist fusion kind of situation. In which case, that's it sucks to be the K-Corp guys. For April Fool's event, those head crab chicken things were the main enemies. Oh my god, of course they were. I like matching up colors. So uptying Heathcliff did some stuff that seemed to have made him significantly stronger. You gotta go play Splatoon. Have fun with Splatoon, some guy. I'll see you next time, boo-boos. He can do stuff now. That's good. He's been winning most of his clashes, and I'm happy to see that. Right. Now, that's been all sorted out. Why don't we get back to the point, friendly four-eyed stranger? That's a... You are both wearing glasses, sir. I must object to such a moniker, especially so when it comes from a fellow glass bearer. Oh, is that so? Sorry about that, I guess. At least they addressed it. Don't be a dick, Greg. Basic personal information, such as one's identity, can be easily acquired from the registration of one's death. Damn, Marisol. That's like the most roundabout threat. That's fantastic. Ah, I did neglect to introduce myself. Here's my business card. You may call me Sam Joe. Disregarding the growing hostility surrounding him, the man handed us his card straight away.
A K-Corp affiliate of the Department of Food Resource Development Research Center. Don't we be fooled by a bunch of big fancy...
I was gonna say he doesn't know what those words mean. And he confirmed that. He's a fucking idiot. Of course, persuasion and explanation are where I excel, so please stay calm and listen. I was most impressed by the feats of your battle just moments ago, in particular the instances where you continued to assault your foes in blatant disregard for a dying colleague nearby. A few others even laughed at the sight. Friend or foe, those who dare impede must be promptly removed. Otis replied to his remark with a look full of pride, even though it didn't sound close to a compliment at all. As you can see, those chicken heads of unknown origin which are occupying this restaurant's front have been causing considerable damage.
So what?
The venue's manager has also been bedridden just until now. Another man with a haggard face tottered to us, making it somewhat apparent that Samjo wasn't lying about the restaurant's owner falling ill with worry. You may speak now. So things have been... Our fry house opened up a few months ago, just across from Yeonbong's Bar and Fryers. Our franchise offers generous servings of good-tasting food using poultry with a supreme pedigree, so it was natural that we would draw all the customers from Yeonbong's. But one day, out of the blue, the owner of Yeonbong started acting real strange. Losing his customers must have shocked him or something, and now he's trying to ruin all of our businesses. I mean, it's not uncommon for competitors to throw jabs at each other, right? As if to attest to the restaurant's owner's woes, screams echoed from the other side of the street. Yeah, what the hell? As the supposed owner of Yeonbong swung his arm while muttering something, the chickens responded in unison. The raw chickens jumped at people. What in the world is he commanding the chickens? That's definitely strange behavior. Is it? Thank you, Gregor. That we weren't aware. We really appreciate this kind of gripping analysis. How spiteful does someone have to be to resort to that kind of stuff? I don't know if they're augmented or what, but those plucked and prepped hens would break into the restaurant and destroy things. And now there's people wearing those chickens on their heads too. If this keeps up, our restaurant is going to lose so much money. Somebody think of the shareholders. The shareholders. For the love of God. The shareholders. Such is his feathery song. This has been his tear-jerking reflection. Would you be willing to deal with this case? Think of the money. We're gonna lose so much money. Oh God. It's like it's supposed to be satire, but welcome to the natural projection of our timeline. That ruffled your feathers, huh, Yi-sang?
Tearjerker or whatever, we still don't have to take requests from chicken
A lifetime voucher. Handle this request and I'll offer you groundbreaking benefit, the right to free orders from this restaurant from the rest of your lives. A lifetime voucher? I've never heard of such a... I have even prepared a few free samples for you. You what? Samjo personally distributed pieces of fried chicken that he suddenly had his hands on. Now, standing in line, keeping things orderly, I've brought samples for different pedigrees, so you're free to pick and choose. Each one comes with a unique brand of tastiness, demonstrating its strengths in differing cuts of meat. Must I choose only one flavor to taste? They all appear equal in gustatory greatness. Let me suggest this then. Leave the other flavors as something to anticipate for your future meals. It won't be a problem once the lifetime voucher is in your hands. Oh, indeed, 'tis an infallible proposition. Inflatable proposition. It seems Samjo has won the hearts of most of the sinners with his compelling words and fine poultry samples. What do you say? This might be the first time I've seen Heathcliff go quiet at someone's words.
That's not half bad at all.
Hello? Are we supposed to be looking for the golden bows, not golden drumsticks? Since when did we...
Did you hear him? We're dying on free crispy chicken forever.
It doesn't have a limited use, right? It's actually free chickens forever, right? Yeah, takeout counts too. This takes me back to older days, wondering if anyone remembers that, you know, Ham Pang Pang's freshly fried chicken. That was totes delish.
I sure do. I'll have a cheeky one with some lads wherever a syndicate earned a proper lot of dosh.
Miss Faust, can you have them cut the crap already? Shouldn't there be some company clause against fried chicken requests? Faust was deep in thought by her lonesome.
Alright, we'll take your request.
Excuse me? This might also be the first time I've seen Ishmael be taken aback to this extent. I'm sorry, Faust, but did you go out of your mind for a second there? Yeesh, Ishmael, no need to be so biting here.
It's hard to say. Faust's mind tends to be out there most of the time.
Guess we're all right and chubby for once, eh?
Faust, are you serious? You're taking a request over free chicken?
To be more precise, this is to resolve a case of the distortion phenomenon, Dante.
Distortion phenomenon? Distortions? What are they?
It's a term I'm sure is unclear to most. Although it's been occurring all around the city, no official announcement of the phenomenon has been made to the general public.
Oh. To my knowledge, it is a phenomenon where an individual morphs into a form often unfit to be considered human. It has no known causes, and the appearances were all different. That doesn't make it clear enough. Are they like abnormalities? Not exactly, as unlike abnormalities, they do not shrink into eggs. It is possible for them to fully expire. I have witnessed a number of cases in the past.
Our company has the LCD, a department housing consultant fixers dedicated to matters regarding the distortions. Though its size is small, it nevertheless signifies the company's interest in the phenomenon.
So the owner of Yunbong's has turned into one of those distortion things.
That's correct. One does not simply gain the ability to lead an army of small, raw chickens by losing their mind.
I see. So, that's what it's about. I almost got worried that I might have to knock some sense back into you, Faust. Is that why you were clutching your mace so tightly, Ishmael? Righty so! We must act before this commotion results in any casualty. Nom nom! Oh, you got sauce on your face, Chiquita. I watch as Rhodia wiped Don Quixote's mouth clean. Oh. Oh, are we shipping? Are we shipping right now? Are they cooking? I'll take that as a yes, and we'll be waiting for your contact. Time to kill this distortion. This chicken guy. Hey, we leveled up. Means we get to take all of this stuff and turn it into Anacaphylline modules. Hen Havoc. What is that icon? Is that a fight icon? It's definitely a fight. What the hell is that? It's a chicken icon. It's one of the chickens. I've never seen that icon before. I'm gonna run in with 3. If it's anything like an abnormality, then I'd like to have my strong characters do the thing. Gun him down.
그쯤 해줬으니 포장지 한번 벗겨야겠군.
Maybe it's because this Sinclair is not uptied yet. I do kind of feel like it's not
거긴 킬존이다.
doing a whole lot, but that might just be my perception of things. I might be missing out on something. When I see the other characters doing clashes, they're pulling double digits like almost every single time. But whenever I see Sinclair, skill 3s are important for a lot of IDs. That tracks. That would make a lot of sense actually. I'm just like every single time I see the other two rolling out, they're doing double digits almost every time. And then when I see Sinclair come in, he's doing single digits. There's a 3. We got a 12. We actually saw some double digits. Okay. I do know uptying is super important, and it's something that I'll have to just make sure I keep on doing as we move on. It seems like it takes forever, like you only get like 4 per thing. But if you do all 3 of those, 4 light bulbs per Luxcavation, but if you do your 3 that you get bonuses for every day, and you constantly are I mean, it's not constantly. I logged in like twice a day over the last couple of days. Once in the morning to like dump all of my stuff, and then once in the evening after dinner. While I was cleaning dishes and doing like house chores and stuff, I was just kind of skipping through fights to get the stuff. But you know, 12 per day is not bad. And you know, doing mirror dungeons and stuff like that, I'm sure that you can amass a decent amount of stuff over time. He loses 5, 10, 15 SP for his skills, so he won't snowball without it. Oh, okay. Got it. So yeah, it's all about those unlocked skills. So getting the ID is just the beginning. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, give me those photos. So it looks like the chicken ones are just standard fights, and this is a fight and a story. So I guess we take all of our IDs with us? What are we supposed to do to resolve a distortion? It's simple. Faust seemed to have a habit of prefacing her expositions with a disclaimer about their simplicity. What we will do is open up the heart of the distorted, disarm their mind, guard and coax them into opening up. I see. Do we remove the scapula first, or perhaps the sternum? A physical revelation of the heart. An interesting proposal. First of all, we probably should visit that Yubong's place and figure some things out. Raw poultry is walking around. That can't be hygienic. They look like things that were on those people's heads earlier. I don't know what they are, but we shouldn't get too close. Unfortunately, I had forgotten that around 80% of the sinners valued my suggestions less than the cooing of a random pigeon on the roadside. That's fair.
So we can have a free chicken for life after we're done whacking these bullets, eh?
Cute. Let's stab. I get it. That one was slice them all bare. Huh? Provoked the raw chickens leapt into the air. Heathcliff! Heathcliff's face was then devoured by one of them. Heathcliff? Heathcliff stood in silence with the raw chicken adorning his head. It was quite the sight, much to my terror. I think I like Heathcliff better this way. You know, he actually seems intelligent now. Oh gosh, what do we do? Dante, wait! Quick, your clock! But then? Nothing would stop me from rewinding here, but the problem is, what if my head turns into a chicken while the clock's working? SD. Same difference? Clock head, chicken head, they're no different, so I don't get being huffy over it. It looked like Sinclair was the only one actually worried about Heathcliff. Mr. Heathcliff, are you alright in there? Jesus Christ. Say, why don't we keep him as our mascot if the thing never comes off? What's the deal with you and mascots anyway? Cool. Oh, lead your eyes thither. Heathcliff is communicating with the other hens. Heathcliff's become quite the chatterbox. It appears that the chicken sitting on the face is using his mouth to communicate rather than Heathcliff himself. I cannot leave Sir Heathcliff in these straits. I had wished to cosplay with him as two fixers del atardecer. Ardiente. Someday, we would only be subject to mockery if he were to engage in mummery with that chicken head. To avoid the gathering crowd, we shoved Heathcliff into the interior of Yubong's bar and Friars and followed behind him. I can't stand this clucking anymore. I'll bring him back to his senses sharply. Otis grabbed the raw chicken on Heathcliff's head with one hand and began to slap it ruthlessly with her spare, furiously. The sound of the impact was comparable to when she was interrogating a captive enemy. I don't see him ever recovering on his own. This leaves us no choice. I will remove the chicken head as a whole. Is it really okay to yank it off like that? You might peel his face off with it. Grow a backbone. Even if his skin were to be removed, it's perfectly fine as our executive manager is here to handle it. No, seriously, it's really not fine for me, Otis. I can't just... Despite her opposition, Otis began jostling the chicken with all her might. I heard something tear. It didn't actually come off, did it, huh? Back with us, soldier? Ugh. What's with this barmy soup in my mouth? Heath, you were having some serious discussion with those chickens, clucking weird stuff, remember? Huh? Now that you say it, I think I did hear some gabbing in my head. What were they on about? Some sort of recipe got lost, I guess. Was the cornerstone of this... I can't believe, what am I doing? What am I even thinking?
God, now that you say it, I think I hear some gabbing in my head. What were they all about? Some sort of recipe got lost, I guess. Was the cornerstone of his eatery, but once it was gone, he stopped getting customers. That's when the master started acting awful, infecting us all.
There you go. Did you just say those chickens were us?
Fuck, I'm still recovering from those headaches. It's just confusing.
That's what you decided to call them? If the distortion happened because he lost the recipe, then maybe we can somehow recreate it for him?
You've gotten close enough to an answer. Though much about the distortion remains unknown, one of the noted particulars is that it occurs when the good and evil, no, when the mind crumbles to figurative pieces.
Sounds like you just pivoted away from good and evil because that version would get too long for you to bother.
For instance, let's say that Hong Lu had a belief he was certain would be an unchanging constant as he lived in the city, or it could be a hope for some other psychological sustainment that has supported his life. If that support suddenly collapses in a massively shocking event that causes one to let their ego go, his mind would crumble, so to speak.
Well, I could see that happening.
What could be so shocking for a well-off cuss like you, getting your privy purse snatched away?
Oh no, I never received an allowance. There was no need for such a thing when I could spend any amount whenever I wanted. Really? What else is it then? I thought I knew, but I can't seem to elaborate on it with words right now.
To return to the point and sum things up, the distortion is a phenomenon that arises from deeply personal psychological shock. The effect will have walled off their heart with a solid defense. This wall has to be brought down using methods that the distorted would approve.
And in this case, the distortion we want? Chicken-based cooking, right? Gregor took a confident step forward after saying that. I cooked up a good few meals using leftovers and cans from my comrades in arms during the war. Those traumatized soldiers were moved to tears by my dishes as they gobbled up the stuff. Hey now, is that just me or did I hear somebody scoff at that? How droll. What does CF know about cooking? You'd be better off flipping hamburger patties with your pincer. Oh, if Mr. Gregor opened a business, he'd be a boss with a big meaty claws. Ryoshu, was that short for crawling furball, isn't it? But I'll say, I do like the idea of being a guy with meaty claws. My head just got a sting. A true chef follows their tongue and blade. Could you really say that food haphazardly mashed together in a war zone is real cuisine? Oh, that's a tone for cookbooks. Mr. Ryoshu, she's speaking with full words for once. It sounded cool, but I'm not sure you're the one to be giving out advice. Actually, hold on. Have you even cooked before, Ryoshu? Oh, I like this outfit. I like this a lot. Obs, I have crafted dishes on a level that you, as a trifling cook, can't dare imagine. Okay, now I'm starting to get mad. Let's see then. I'm on Shu's side. Why are we splitting up into teams now? I mean, it's fun. And why did you end up siding with her? Greg, darling, we've been stuck too close for too long. Why don't we try a little distance just for today? Heathcliff, having shaken off the dizziness, walked to Gregor's side.
So we win by pulping her up, eh?
No, we aren't crushing anyone with force. You admit to feeding your men canned food. You're a disgrace of a soldier, for your reference. I much prefer instant foods. That reference is just a preference. This is childish, really. Do you guys seriously want to take sides over this? Tell us, why don't you tell us? Which side are you, Ishi? If you had to choose between Greg and Ryoshu to serve food for us sinners, don't you try and coax her. I know Ishmael and I have been thick as thieves since early on. In spite of Gregor's confidence, Ishmael's face and posture betrayed a sense of awkwardness. Ishmael? Sorry, Gregor, but if it's canned goods we're talking about, I ate more than I ever wanted to on the ship. Come on, why don't you look me in the eyes, Ishmael, eh? Ishmael took a few sluggish steps backward to stand next to Ryoshu. Her eyes never looked up to meet Gregor. Even though there wasn't much rapport to begin with, I could hear what little trusting bond existed between the two fall apart. My goodness. So we're really doing the cooking filler episode. Oh my god. Poor Gregor. He's getting the rejects. Don Quixote had glued herself to Gregor's back before I noticed. Her face was off color. As a matter of truth, while we were banqueting upon skewered chicken on the bus, I bore witness to that woman's most awful deed. What'd she do with the chicken kebab? Nay, I cannot begin to put into words. Well, you saw it, did you? That was a secret technique of mine to bring out the dakukochi's ultimate flavor. Don Quixote shuddered violently. Soon enough, Hong Lu went to Gregor's side with a sparkle in his eyes. Oh, it would be a unique experience to try dishes comparable to pet food once in my life, right? I'll be rooting for you, Gregor. Right, thanks a lot, Hong Lu. Hong Lu stood behind Gregor, wearing a kind smile on his face. Faust, I can count on you of all people to make the rational choice, yeah? I don't know, as Faust can enjoy a risky venture from time to time. With that profound remark, Faust took her place behind Ryoshu. I really don't get it. Why are we splitting our group into opposing teams? Hey, chick, pick a way to survive or buzz off. Chirping hesitation isn't cool, kiddo. Then, Sinclair, you might be linked to Ryoshu on a spiritual level at this point. Ryoshu's ruthless remark made Sinclair trudge to her side. Isn't it unfair to threaten him to join you? That's cheating. I shan't choose, and instead I humbly await your selection. Don't need that. You take it. God damn. Yi-sang was placed on Gregor's team without him moving a muscle. Lastly, Marisol quietly stood behind Gregor. Marisol? I'm a little touched. I know we never got to talk much, but you still decided to come and stand by me on my time of need. I have only done so because joining the team with fewer members would set the balance right. Some will proclaim that they saw tears well up in Gregor's eyes at that moment. With the teams decided, we entered the kitchen of Yeonbong's, looking for a suitable place to cook. It had become a long, neglected mess with traces of foul rampage. However, Ryoshu and Gregor kicked stray plates and utensils out of their way like it was none of their business and took their spots. Hang on. Are we allowed to do this at someone else's restaurant? It's a Rafts, so why care? You can't call it a restaurant already fated to shut. We're trying to help. Yeah, our goal is to deal with the distortion, isn't it? Bark, 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 bark. An angered flock of chickens fluttered to intimidate the sudden intruders, but much to their dismay, get in my way and you're all getting chopped. Get in my way and you're all getting sliced. You guys are more in sync now. We're doing a team building exercise. The two chain smokers are gonna cook for us. Oh, these are individuals now. Okay.
부드럽게.
속에서 무쳐 잠들어.
이제 갖고 놀기.
Ghoulish overkill.
그쯤 해줬으니 포장지 한번 벗겨야겠군.
Ridiculous. Like, why? This is completely unnecessary.
목을 내놓고 있도록.
These enemies are like intentionally like a joke.
거긴 킬존이다.
Yeah, we're hitting the win rate button because I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter what we do. I don't think we can lose this fight. These things are a joke. They should have thought about it before existing. They were brought into this world by an uncaring master. It's not their fault. Ryoshu and Gregor radiated a burning viciousness. Is this murderous aura supposed to be part of the culinary experience? What recipe are you even gonna show? More canned crapola? There's no dish that beats the taste of survival. Hey, champagne hair, get me a hen. Okay. Yisang, sorry, but can you open this can for me? As you wish. As you so wish. The sights and sounds filling the kitchen seemed at least somewhat proper. I can hear knives hitting the cutting boards, broth boiling up in pots, and fire sizzling on cigarettes. Why do I hear smoking in the kitchen? It is classic. The two remained silent. Of course, as expected, the sound of a cigarette being snuffed out only came from Gregor's side. Genuinely, I think if I were in the sinner's position, I would probably also be a chain smoker. I don't think I'd be able to help myself.
뜨겁게.
We got more chickens to blast. Gun them all down. Interesting. I hit the win rate button and one of them was struggling, and then I hit the damage button and then the win rate button again, and then the person who was struggling before was no longer struggling? Does it change? Is it not locked in? Is it just a random button? We've got a randomizer over here. Damage is damage and win rate is win rate. Yeah, I know, but I hit the win rate button, then I hit the damage button, and then I hit the win rate button again, and it wasn't the same as the first time that I clicked the win rate button. Now it's like locked in, it's doing the same thing. Yeah, now it's different. Weird. When you click a defensive ability, maybe it like shuffles the thing. I don't know. Maybe the win rates were equal to a certain extent. Did you slot a defense skill that overrode a different skill that will change the win rate button? I slotted a defense skill, but the person wasn't selecting that defense skill to begin with. And now I've done it, and it's changed it to be unopposed. Yeah. So, I mean, that, of course, that makes sense. But the other, I don't know. Maybe I did it the exact same way. You could probably watch the VOD and then tell me that I'm making shit up again.
준비한 기믹은 이게 다인가?
It wouldn't be the first time. I'm sitting here hallucinating my gameplay. Oh, Faust is paralyzed.
부드럽게.
Analyzing a fight that's a hydrogen bomb versus a coughing chicken. I'm good. Yeah, I don't know. It's not my fault. I fight the enemies that they put in front of me.
목을 내놓고 있도록.
준비한 기믹은 이게 다인가?
It's not my fault that the filler episode is the next in line after Kromer. Although I do appreciate that I get to have a bunch of basically freebie episodes that give me free pictures. That's good. A chicken in hand is worth two in the bush. The weight of your sins will catch up to you. I try. You could try. You can't catch me. I'm too fast. Gonna light a little bit of incense. Once we get 1,000 pictures, we can unlock Slave Catcher Hong Lu and pair him with Hitler Sinclair. That's true. That's true. I was planning to save up for the Hong Lu ID, for sure. I stared at Gregor's dish for a good while. What is this, Gregor? A military survivalist meal or something like that. Do they really eat this in the military? Look, Manager Bud, didn't you say you're an amnesiac? Since when were you such a delicate food critic, huh? Gregor lost his calm demeanor and suddenly snapped at me. I looked at Ryoshu's serving next. I felt like I was looking at a brand new work of art, as in I had no idea what it was supposed to be. Ryoshu, just to make sure you didn't mistake our objective with assassinating the distorted restaurant owner, did you? STCU. She wants to shut the clock up. Heathcliff and Marisol had caught the owner of Yuanbong and put him in a seat in the meantime. They caught him and locked him up. Why are we cooking to feed him? We started by feeding him Ryoshu's cooking. The distortion's language is difficult to parse. It will take me at least 70 hours to decipher it based on speech pattern and cadence. That long? We can't be frying chickens all this time. Wait, I think I can hear his voice in my head. How curious. This could be due to the influence of the golden bows we've collected resonating with Manager Dante's head. I think I just heard a staggering statement, but the owner's cries are too distracting. What is he trying to say? A funeral procession in my mouth? Is your cooking theme poultry apocalypse, he asks? Right. Today will be the day I rip that clock from its stem. I was just relaying his review. Then the two of you can go to hell together. Got too cocky, huh, Ryoshu? Confidence is good and all, but it's no match for hard-boiled experience. Alright, guess it's my turn. Open wide now, pal. Is he starting to open up his heart? He's wondering if it was sludged up from the food waste dumpster outside. Looks like both your dishes failed. The owner and his chickens came at us with growls, as if to express their master's anger in full. Ryoshu is always serving. It's true. I think the Hong Lu that I'm using is like level 2. He's like incredibly weak. That's alright. Mama will carry. Mama's got this. One single chicken. Gun him down. Uh-oh. He paralyzed Mama. That's OP.
자 잠들어.
So I guess we gotta go in the back first. Hopeless. That's a first. Gun him down, Heathcliff. You got this.
이리 와. 준비한 기믹은 이게 다인가?
불길 속으로.
I kind of got the general idea that they were, like, both of their dishes were going to end up sucking in the end. Because, I don't know. I have a... like, excuse me. I'm trying to understand, like, where did Ryoshu get her confidence on cooking to begin with? It's probably something that I just haven't encountered yet, but it seems like a bit strange to me that she would be all high and mighty about that.
불길 속으로.
Papa Bongi.
좋아.
Oh my god. Hong Lu just got deleted. All of his attacks coming out. I think we let Hong Lu die. That's 2 attacks. This one's going on to Heathcliff. We can intercept that over here. And then... do we have any coming in to... Alright, Sinclair can counter this. And I don't think we have any coming in to attack her, so... and that's hopeless too, that sucks.
내놓고 있도록.
따뜻한 차가 마시고 싶어요.
Oof. Good god.
너희에게 안슈라디아.
Why is Hong Lu alive? I thought Hong Lu was the one who was gonna get killed. Like he was targeting Hong Lu and only Hong Lu. I don't know why Sinclair decided to absorb that attack. Papa Bongi's only got 5 hit points. Alright, so he's retreated now.
목을 내놓고 있도록. 품속에서
즉시 제거하시죠.
What are these numbers?
It may be an indicator alerting us of squandering 2 out of 5 opportunities.
I guess each team can prepare another dish then. How's that sound? And just like that, thus began Limbus Company's Petit Cooking Competition. Right now, let's assign each of us a role. Now that it'll make a difference, but not that it'll make a difference, but say, Honlu, have you ever seen a kitchen before? Well, my room didn't have any kitchenettes, though I did sneak into the grand dining hall on the 2nd floor a few times for snacks when I was a kid. Next up, we have Yi Sang.
Wasn't he the only one who came out of farm when we drank that spoiled milk the other day?
Mm-hmm. The smell was a sensual one, permeating my pulmonary depths.
Don Quixote, is something wrong with your throat? What say you let me take the mantle? She said this with a bashful expression, but her hands behind her back. Don Quixote, this isn't time for kid stuff. I am no child, and why am I denied the chef's place when Sinclair is allowed to do such on the other team? The chicken is chopped up too unevenly. You should cut them better. Keep your back straight. Right, okay. Kiddo, isn't this a bit bland? I think it could use a teensy bit more sweetness. So, sweetness, let's see, where's the sugar?
Based on what Faust is seeing,
I just mixed the nerd voice and the southern voice. The southern nerd.
based on what Faust is seeing, the heat needs to be pitched up 1 notch.
That one's hopeless. The knife grip is all wrong. Why don't you all stop being backseat chefs and actually help? I mean, you could definitely trust Sinclair to take on that kind of stuff. His palate should be good enough to judge, too. Growing up in a wealthy family and all. Now,
You know what, Tick? Why isn't anybody giving me any suggestions? What is what I could cook an egg? But hell, what is the damn fry pan heating? I almost grilled me dead.
everyone watched as the pan Heathcliff threw hit the wall and broke into pieces. This restaurant reeks of mold and other unclean stains. It is likely that the kitchen has been left unattended for at least 140 days. Cooking outside may be more sanitary to the current situation than the current situation. I prithee, give me permission to cook! Bark, 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 bark. How dare you mess up our kitchen? You'll reckon with our wrath, you foul, for your foul deed. I see what you did there with the foul. It just felt like that's what it was saying. Come on, keep it together, Gregor. This is 100% an anime filler episode. Like, I don't need it. I don't need any of this. This is not adding to my experience. I could skip all of this. This is all giving me very skippable vibes. I guess it's not horrible to see the sinners in like a bit more of a goofy situation, but I feel like there's plenty of whimsy already included in the game, as it were. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this yet. We'll have to see how it concludes. I've been told, I have it on good authority that this leads into something for the next canto, but I just like, at this point I'm just like, what are we doing here? Why are we here? I'm trying to think, like, in Library of Ruina, did we have anything that was like to this degree of watching characters who are like the main characters do anything this goofy? I can't think of anything. Like, some of the guests were really stupid and some of the guests were really goofy, but I can't think of any of like the main characters, like the protagonists, doing like a filler episode kind of thing. Total 30 damage. That's a little bit over the top there, Heathcliff, for 30 damage. You don't need to turn it into a fucking cutscene.
붉게 쏟으라. 붉게 쏟으라.
그럼 끝이다. 그럼 끝이다. 어때 딸?
And
엄마밖에
we are
없지?
out of stamina. I'm out of I'm out of Enkeflin. So we're using a box. We save the boxes for stream so that we can use them and continue on.
와일드 헌트야.
Can anyone tell me what this food is meant to be? 'Tis quite simple. Manager Esquire, is not chocolate such a delicacy? Thus, we put it in the cooking. Next, I utilize oranges as a substitute for potatoes, for I much dislike the tuber.
What? Who do you think you're taking spice out like that? You what a baffling bird.
Okay, but why is the chicken so brutally torn to bits? It was customary in our town to rip chickens into bite-sized pieces using one's hands. It was a treat to remember. And what's this black thing? Why is a lump of coal in the pan?
Complaining about an awful lot for Malthus, cause you don't even know how to eat this stuff.
The chickens rushed at us under the distorted restaurant owner's short yet decisive order. The food is somehow getting worse. It's getting more disgusting by the minute.
거긴 킬존이다. 그쯤 해줘.
Time to unpack. She's popping off.
붉게 쏟으라.
I have something Otis can unpack. Oh my god, you've been popping off with the pants grab jokes these days, Necro. it's on a whole nother level over here with the pants grab jokes.
준비한 기믹은 이게 다인가?
Now, this might be blasphemy, and you know, that wouldn't be. It is a good bit. It's funny. This might be blasphemy to the real Limbus company heads out there, but is it possible to make it so that we don't see a cutscene for every single attack? I feel like the cutscenes for every single attack is causing the fights to take a billion years, like significantly longer than they would otherwise take. It's kind of insane. Like why are we popping off every single fight? It is dragging out the entire experience. Like I said, it might even be blasphemy to even think about or to even suggest, but I'm sitting here like I've seen Heathcliff do this same attack like 50 times. And then I've also seen them do attacks where everybody goes at the same time. Blood Fiend team has like 3 skill animations that take so long it genuinely adds 10 minutes to a mirror dungeon run. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. It's kind of sad too, because they're really cool, and I think like if you did them in specific circumstances, whenever you were about to, like if the game calculates that you're about to do a fuck ton of damage, or the game calculates that like you're about to win the fight with a specific attack, I think zooming in and taking your time on one of those attacks would make sense. But I'm popping off every turn. Like I don't need to see that. Like it's too much. I much prefer like in the beginning when we're doing the attacks and everybody's just like ding 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 ding, and then you know we break up and we come back again. It like the fights go much faster. What manner of foul trickery is this? The number's gone down whilst the judge has yet to even touch his dish. He says it's not even worth evaluating since what you said of it scared away his appetite. That's a few more syllables than what the owner spoke, isn't it? Right. He is. May this rejection be revoked. I love Ring Pointillist Yi sang because his skill animations look good while also being basically instant. That's what's up. Hold it. Let me ask you guys this first. Have any of you even tasted this thing? You can't just feed others things you haven't tried yourself. We're trying to please someone here.
What Crockface has got a point. I have to admit, who wants to try this?
The tension was thicker than when we were preparing for battle. I urge you not to look at me with such eyes. Permit me, if my sacrifice helpeth to unfurl the wickedness of this world. Don Quixote shut her eyes tight.
Bugger all. Someone just get the damn stuff in its jaw.
Heathcliff grabbed a lump out of the serving and shoved it into the nearest person's mouth. Oh god. Marisol stood completely still at the unexpected taste test. Did that kill him on the spot? I swear upon mine honor that I have done nothing to cause trouble this time, if Sir Virgilius is ever to ask who was responsible. Marisol turned to Heathcliff very slowly. The what? The dressing is erroneous overall. Failure to properly cook the chicken has resulted in a residual stench of blood and other unpleasant odors. The sauce is too thick to bring out a deep flavor. The inconsistent cuts of the meat contribute to the serving's inability to rouse one's appetite.
Have you gone Louis? What was it you have to say?
No. I have not finished. The seasons and spices are a complete disaster, and the taste in my mouth is even worse than a plaster. Lacking sugar, you tossed 2.5 spoons of butter, and the end result, simply put, belongs in the gutter. Holy shit, he's rhyming. I am quite sorry, Yi sang. I must ask if you aim to throng my teeth and prong my tongue by cooking wrong, seeing as this plate's a headstrong lens to ding-dong notions of what food is to you all along. I have not one excuse.
Well, bloody moment, is he possessed or something for?
Most people were unable to accept my point when I elaborated on my statements in detail. Because of that, I have not bothered to expand upon them until now. Additionally, I know why don't we let Marisol take charge this time. Honglu swiftly made a suggestion with a shower of claps to break the frigid tension before his turn to be condemned came around. We'll help you with everything you need. I do not prefer to have assistants around. Fret not, we shan't disappoint you, Don Quixote bravely exclaims, rolling up her sleeves. Rap god Marisol. Straight up, Marisol has some of the best lines in the game, and he is the most sparsely used character. Cooking is not my specialty, but if you insist, I will readily attempt it. Let's have a look at Ryoshu's team then. While there was a spectacle occurring on Gregor's team, the air had grown tense among Ryoshu's crew. But how in the wings names am I supposed to make a food that's both salty and clean, sweet but not too sugary, and lightly cooked but somehow also crispy? Sinclair yelled, throwing the apron he had been wearing to the floor. I can't do this anymore. I guess Ishmael was right. Beating Heathcliff at arm wrestling is going to be easier than this. That was a joke. Statistically speaking, it is as likely as Sinclair's height increasing by 5 centimeters in just 1 week. In other words, nigh impossible. Shut up already. It's the same. How weak. You cannot withstand a few criticisms and come whining like a pathetic soldier you are. If you're so darn sure of yourself, Otis, why don't you do it yourself then? As courageous as his rebuttal was, his eyes were shut tight. Gets criticized once, dies. You leave me no choice. I don't know, I'm gonna say, like, you have to kind of hand it to Sinclair here. Sinclair is dealing with like 5 backseat cookers. Like I think everyone but Ryoshu was like up his ass in telling him what to do. Out of my way, stragglers. It's about time someone led this troop. In a series of turbulent events I didn't fully catch, Marisol took up Gregor's culinary antennae and Torque Blanche. Toke Blanche? His culinary antennae and Toke Blanche? The kitchen grew busy as Gregor's sinners moved according to Marisolt's order. Behold, Marisolt, I have carved this one into adorable shape of a star. Potatoes should be cut into square pieces so that they may be evenly cooked on all sides. Nevertheless, square shapes 5 centimeters. Marisolt looked more charismatic than ever with the mantle of head chef upon his shoulders. Whatever, a chicken's a chicken. It can only be so special. Who knows, that lost recipe of his might have been superficial stuff like 1 spoon of earnestness and 3 scoops of effort. Nah. Oh, so this is how you cook potatoes.
What the? You thought they harvested baked potatoes out of the fields?
Taking me for a fool, aren't you? Obviously, ripe potatoes fall from their trees when the time is right. I was just kidding, Heathcliff. What are you planning to do with that tenderizer? A serene flower has blossomed on this yam. Ah, so a bud can indeed bloom even upon this barren ground. That is a sign that the potato is poisonous. It must be disposed of immediately. Don Quixote, confiscate it. Righty-ho! Ah, please do not do such. Burnt things are significant in their own ways. In truth, the state of being burnt may as well be an imaginary concept defined by man when the essence of an object has remained unchanged. Burnt refers to the condition in which a food item is discolored beyond a certain degree and produces an acrid smell after prolonged exposure to high heat. And this one has burnt to its core. It is only right to discard it, as long-term consumption of burnt food can negatively impact the body. How regrettable. Marisolt became a ruthless chef, while Yi Sang remained mostly unhelpful. Heathcliff was peeling ingredients at a surprisingly brisk pace.
Don't grab at me, I'll ruin my focus. Knives are a luxury, a real pauper can peel any spot with nothing more than a metal spoon.
This gets a pass. You're rewarded extra points for the expertise displayed in your assailant stroke. Aslant? I need my phone. I don't have my phone for we're gonna put it God damn it, Necro. Asshole. Define aslant. Perfect. That's what it means. Asshole. And your asshole strokes? Is Heathcliff over here stroking his asshole while he's cutting potatoes?
That's close.
Watch closely. You need to employ a wide variety of ingredients. Being a picky eater is what stunted your growth. I can still get taller from here, I think. Also, an unbalanced diet is the reason why your hair's turned all gray. Folks, I was about to do the British but nerd voice at the same time. Faust has always had. Your hands in particular have become coarse and rough for the same reason. Excuse me? This is because of all the work I did aboard the ship. Me next, Otis. What about me? What's the diagnosis? Don't yell frivolously like that. You're being a distraction. That's what it means. A Russian word that means asshole. Wonderful. Okay, it's another fight.
볼 것도 없이 처형이군.
목을 내놓고 있도록.
Koziol is the Russian one? Yeah, that's the Russian word. Okay, it's alright. I don't have my phone on me right at the moment, but whenever I finish stream today, I'll do some definition hopping to figure out what the words mean. I do like learning new words, but I feel like most of the words that I pick up while I'm playing this game are words that I would never have like an opportunity to use in conversation. It's a bunch of lit nerd words. This unnecessary cutscene for 25 damage, Heathcliff. It's a completely ridiculous amount of time spent on a little baby bitch 25 damage attack. Ridiculous. French people in shambles. I mean, let's be real here. The French do not care at all about the opinion of a single American. While I don't necessarily claim to be able to speak for all French people, I would love for a French person to tell me otherwise.
おぐれのこいっとら 속에서
Kill that chicken, Jesus Christ, just kill it. It doesn't have to be a long drawn out thing, just kill the chicken. Just gun him down. Unnecessary. Ghoulish overkill. Ghoulish overkill. Why is she doing 83 damage with her attacks? And Heathcliff's over here popping off with his attacks doing 25 damage. I guess what it is Heathcliff has to be on Doulahan. Once Heathcliff is on Doulahan and uses that giga powerful ability, it's like 115 damage per attack. That's what it is. She has a ton of damage modifiers. She's the new OP character. What's the new, oh, we've got a dungeon? You're joking me, right? We're going into a dungeon? Fantastic. Okay. We're going dungeon hopping again. Current average level 17. Recommended level 30. You know we only have 2 chances left, right team? How about we start with Marisalt's made by the following formula to a T. Prepared with a pinpoint precision, Marisalt's dish looked like a picture in a cookbook come to life. Right, we have something that looks like an actual serving, so that's a good start. After having a taste of Marisalt's work, the restaurant owner quietly savored it, contemplating for a while. I had to ruminate on this dish for a long time. It was an excellent serving in all tangible ways, the smell, the taste, the presentation, yet I felt that it was still missing something. I couldn't quite describe it with words. And that was professionalism. As a cook, an ironic smidgen of a blemish within perfection. That is why this dish cannot get a pass, unfortunately. He suddenly started sounding like a posh judge.
Someone talked to myself that brought his hair. The only reason the only thing this is story about him might be a crooked attitude.
What? Nevertheless, I hold no regrets over this battle. At least the chickens aren't bum rushing us this time. With only one chance left, Otis brought her dish to the table. It looked neat, nothing too fancy, but simple and clean. What are these couple of needles in the dish for, Otis? They look like the clock's hands. They're a simple decoration I added to tribute to you, executive manager. Oh, I'd give bonus points if I could. Brown noser. Ugh. The comment that followed from the owner was too sensational for me to put into words. You're such a mess. What are you doing with a freaky mask on your head? Back in your mama's day, we grinned and bore with all sorts of nonsense. How are you going to live through this unforgiving world if you get all heartbroken over something so small? Get it together already. My mother was always like that. Rather than kind and caring words, she would scold me with her nitpicky lectures. She was so particular about chicken, too, rarely touching a piece that anybody else would take in a heartbeat. Running this restaurant, I had forgotten something important. Mother. Now's our chance. The distortion or whatever on him is weakening. Look at this. Some kind of door has appeared next to him. Should we go through it? What made Odie's dish stand out anyway? Let us march, soldiers. May we see the end of this. Yeah, let's get this chapter done. Hey, this is a mirror dungeon. We stand at the entrance of the Dungeon of the Fathoms. Where does it get its power? Besides that, what's with this uncanny feeling? Standing in front of a vending machine, we see rows of buttons. Press one of the buttons in the top row. Burn ego, rupture ego. Yeah, we'll take the burn ego. Right through the middle, just like I do in all mirror dungeons. Just go straight through the middle.
불로 정화하고 깨끗한 세계를 세우라.
Can I not I can't pick my target, so we have to... What? Why? Why can't... That's so dumb. Why would you attack the one that is... Oh my god. Alright, whatever. Why would you attack the one that's not attacking you? If you had the option. It just forced you to do one of the other attacks. This is the best int Veralo, so they all suck? Also, hi Putty, how are you doing today? This funny Chimkin. I mean, I feel like we're already whimsy maxing. Like there's so much whimsy in the game already. I feel like I don't need a filler episode. Twining Threads of the Princess Maker is my favorite. I feel like, and I mean, maybe I'm just being a fussy baby bitch. It wouldn't be the first time, but I generally am getting the vibe here that this, like all of the story bits, I'm not really learning anything new about the characters. Everybody's just acting like a goofy goober, and some characters are acting like goofy goobers, and it seems out of character. And I don't know, like I feel like I'm watching a like a Bulma episode or a Chaozu episode in Dragon Ball. Like it's just a filler episode to bide time until the manga artist can finish working on the real story. I'm doing okay. This is on the circus side. Yeah, I feel like I'm watching a clown show. Some folks are blocking the way. They're sitting on a deck, yelling at each other. Look at this succulent piece, the rich juice running down the fibers of luscious meat. Is this how people talk about food? This is what chicken is about. Wrong. This piece has a clean taste, with not an ounce of grease tainting the tongue. This is the real deal. The two turn around at the same time to face you. You there, tell us which is better. The one with the grease. The drumsticks. Drumsticks are my favorite. This one is special. I have never once heard a single human use the word luscious to describe anything. I have definitely used that to describe breasts. It hasn't been ironic either. It's just me and a bunch of other gays just sitting around. Like I think we used the word luscious to describe we watched my D&D team. We didn't do D&D the other day. We watched Death Becomes Her, and then we did a double feature. We watched Death Becomes Her, and then we watched the Death Becomes Her Broadway musical. And my god, the Broadway musical, breasting boobily, luscious for sure. The problem is, Necro, is not with the word luscious. It's that you haven't hung around with enough people who use the word properly. Also, if you haven't seen Death Becomes Her, or you haven't seen Death Becomes Her, the Broadway musical, go watch both of those. They're amazing. The stage magic that they did in the musical absolutely blew my mind. Like, the movie is old. It came out in the early 90s, I think. Bruce Willis, Goldie Hawn, and Meryl Streep. Fantastic movie. And some of the effects, for the time, the effects were brilliant. A bright spotlight shines on a portion of a noisy area. It seems as though the chickens are attending a ball? That's the tango. See, what the fuck is happening? Looking at their movements, which might be a dance or a tussle, you notice sauce leaking from one of them. It doesn't seem to be aware of this. Run a lust check? Pass to gain an ego gift? Alert it truthfully. Sadly, the knot had loosened on its stitching. Does it mean Does it mean it can't do it on its own? Approaching with a trail of sauce dripping behind, it held some thread and a needle in its hands or wings. Does it want you to stitch it back? Someone has to do this. Those eyes cannot be ignored. This is so fucking weird. Why? Why is it so weird? Very low. Everybody fails. Sinclair was left perplexed. Nothing happened.
안 될 줄 알았는데.
Everyone on Reddit has no life. I want to throw things at them. I mean, you were on Reddit. I would say that might be your first problem.
세계를 세우라.
I use Reddit to I use Reddit to Google instead of Googling now. I just use Reddit to find what I need to find. But like generally speaking, I think Redditors, people who are actively on Reddit on a regular basis, constantly posting and engaging directly with Reddit, I can't understand it. I don't get it. It's just, I guess it's just not my world, but whenever I hear discourse, specifically surrounding Reddit, it's always bad. The post initially got likes and then Redditors found it. Yeah. There was like that video that was made by that one Redditor guy who was like the moderator on live stream fails, and he made that video, and watching it I was like, so this is the curtain pulled back behind the man, the curtain pulled back in front of the man behind the curtain, and I was just like, Jesus, the most divorced looking person on the planet. No, he looked like the most has never touched a woman on the planet ever. You know, judging by looks is not fair, but at the same time, like, you just have to, it would be as if a man were a baby. A baby man, a man baby. A baby, but a man-sized baby. And the way he spoke, it was... he had a certain je ne sais quoi, like, I don't know how to put it. That was definitely a video of all time. I wouldn't judge his looks if he didn't act the way he looked. I think it was more about his behavior than anything else. Like generally speaking, I don't typically judge people based on their looks, but god damn it, he was the most Reddit coded man of all time. So was it your post? Putty, that you like made a post on Reddit and everything was doing fine, and then Redditors found it and started shitting on you? Here's a sentence someone said to me. Doing that means you're wasting shards exclusively on event currency, something you have a whole month to farm. I don't know why people want to tell other people how to play games. Go fuck yourself. I mean, would you get in trouble? Would you like lose karma or whatever if you just typed in "go fuck yourself"? I feel like that's probably why it's better that I just don't engage on those platforms. That's probably what I would just say. I'm having visions I've never seen before. These must be his memories. They might be recollections that he partially had lost due to the shock. Hit him with the classic "farm this, pants grab." I'm sorry that your post got bombed by people who have no life. Whew, I finally found it. I thought he'd keep his top secret recipe locked up tight and away, but he was using it as a trivia to eat ramen. Is that my restaurant's recipe? How did you get your hands on it? I sent a spy. Did you really think a part-timer willing to come in an hour early to help with prep on a minimum wage would actually exist? Why would you?
어쩔 수 없어.
I had no choice. If I don't meet the quota HQ demands from me, my restaurant will be shut down. The recipe's still in my head. 2 spoons of sugar, 1.5 spoons of soy sauce, then add minced garlic. It's no use. I'll have it burnt in the concept incinerator. Any trace of the recipe will be gone, including the memories in your head. No! 2 spoons of sugar, 1.5 spoons of soy sauce. Like I said, you should have shut down your restaurant when I warned you. 2 sugar, or was it? I can't remember a thing. I never liked that pest. Knew he was rotten from all the NSOP signs plastered all over the walls. If it was put in the concept incinerator, that recipe is as good as gone. What's a concept incinerator about? Never mind, Ishmael. Your face tells me I don't want to ask about it. Think of the shareholders. I hate that to Reddit, efficiency can only mean one thing, as if there aren't multiple kids? Kids? Kinds of efficiency? Pardon? The concept incinerator. It is a trusted method of permanently erasing a technology. For instance, it has the ability to make it as if Miss Faust never invented Mephistopheles.
시간이 되돌아가는 건가요?
Does it turn things back in time? No, not quite. It simply is oblivionized, as though the brain had never conceived it. Any documentation, photography, the tiniest bits of parts of its composition, and even Miss Faust's own memories will be dimmed and obliterated. The effectiveness and rage of the incineration will depend on the price of the product. It's true. I can't remember if the marinade was based on pepper or soy sauce. How much sugar or salt I should put. Nothing's left in my head. None of my customers can remember how it tasted. There's no use in trying at this point. It's all useless. You're soft-hearted, Yunbongs. You should do away with that tacky name and give your restaurant a better title. Yunbong is my mother's name. Oh, T-W-H. I suppose tacky can also mean a friendly warmth. The problem is, still your weak will. Just, why are you so eager to start fights? Come, I will fix that helpless attitude of yours. Kick his ass, Otis. Drop kick him. Quit expecting me to spell words. Oh, honey, it's not an expectation. I don't want to put there's no expectation. I just want to understand you. That's all. That's all. I just want to understand you. Module efficiency and time efficiency are completely different. What happens if I throw the concept incinerator into the concept incinerator? Now you're cooking. Now you're thinking with portals.
불길 속으로.
그쯤 해줬으니 포장지 한번 벗겨야겠군.
속에서
Paralyze +2.
목을 내놓고 있도록.
Paralyze on a minus coin can identify. Can't. Paralyze on a minus coin identity is Poggies. Okay. See, it's not that sometimes I can't tell, Putty, whether it's that you can't spell or that I can't read. And I think it might be a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B, which is why I get so confused so often.
주라디야. 죽도록 달릴 시간이다.
Time to gun this guy down to the ground. Why is Heathcliff not getting the double dice? This is, like, this whole setup is built so that Heathcliff is the one who gets the double dice. Why does he not... Or not dice, whatever. Gets the extra action. I don't know why he's not getting the extra action. It's very strange. There's gotta be something to it. He's third, probably? He's not third. He's second. I can't type because my fingies hurt. I'm sorry, your fingies hurt. Why do your fingies hurt? Do you have arthritis? Sinclair ate the slot. It's not the first time he's done that. Mariachi Sinclair ate the slot multiple times, and I don't understand what causes it to happen. I mean, it's not a big deal. We win, but I'm like, why? Why is that happening? Running this chicken joint, I had forgotten something important. That's right, the chicken I wanted to cook was something that even my mother could enjoy. Something to please her extremely particular palate. No, wait. I knew all along. The real reason Mama wouldn't eat chicken is because we couldn't afford to feed the whole family. It's why we always had a stash of coupons at home. 10 of them could be exchanged for a free chicken. My mother would keep collecting them for me. You did all that to feed me a chicken you wouldn't eat. Hmm? Oh, these are pizza coupons. Son, your mama, she liked pizza better. My head. He's gone back to normal. What the fuck? Time to open a pizza joint. That was a sound plan. The carrot and stick approach. It's an effective tactic, often employed in military operations. That was a plan? I don't see how it was any different from your usual bawling and striking fist. First? Bawling and striking first? Crying? Bawling out? Bawling out? Is she, like bawling shot calling? Is she doing hip-hop? It was subtle, and this strapping young lad caught my hint and followed well. Thank you, Captain Otis. You almost called him Rookie, didn't you? I can't thank you enough. I think I'm ready to start anew. It wasn't the recipe I needed, as long as I remembered to cook from the heart, for those I care about, even if it comes to the shape of a pizza. I know my customers will still appreciate their earnest servings. She's ballin' shot callin'. What do you think of Angry Wet Cat Sinclair? Is that the new Sinclair that I have? Ballin' as in crying like a baby bitch. That's what I thought.
Oh, your rival promises a lifetime voucher for free chicken. What do you have?
I thought I'd be stuffing my face with drumsticks of countless flavors by now. It's nothing much, but please take this. The owner of Yeonbong gave us a wrapped up box. It's an invaluable treasure of mine. There's nothing else like it. Could we accept such a rarity from thee? I wouldn't have been able to reopen my restaurant without your help, so I insist. Please take it as your reward. And thus, we have resolved the distortion and claimed our spoils. Pray tell, are you perhaps speechless with astonishment at the glory of our tale? We then embarked on Yeonbong's, was where I tuned out. That means you have heard nary a word. Why should I bother listening to your embellished drivel when Faust's report will fill me in on all the details I need? Come on now, donkey. Forget about this sourpuss and gather around so we can open the box. I wonder what's inside. Surrounded by sinners, full of anticipation, the lid was lifted. Meet Bongi, the one and only doll of our mascot. I made it hoping it'd see use one day, but I'm glad to be giving it as a gift of gratitude. No way, this can't be it. Maybe he hid something in the plush's belly. He didn't seem like the kind of person to do that. Was probably trying to get rid of it and we were there to take it, huh?
Let's toss it in that hot... Let's toss this thing in that considerator.
A hand gently tugged at the doll. Heathcliff had gripped it with ferocious rage. Charon likes this passenger.
What's there to like about?
It's got eyes and nothing else. It's nice. Alright, that's that. Then, keep the doll. That is an incorrect assessment, as the doll has a torso and limbs. Just like that, the chicken plushie we got, instead of free food for life, earned its seat on the bus. Yes, Chief Dongrang. The distortion has been resolved. I confirmed it with my own eyes. They did seem somewhat unreliable at first, yes, but I believe it should be okay to speak with them. Yes, I'll bring them over now. What now, of all things? I dislike sentences that lack a subject. Once that restaurant
우리가
reopens, we'll
예술을
lose our
빠져나갈
customers.
겁니다.
Then I'll miss the
아이고,
quota and...
당신 레시피를
You should have
대명사
started
밖에
looking for a way to
넣었을
live the
때부터
moment you put the stolen recipe in a
살아남을
concept
도둑질을
incinerator.
하려거든.
Haven't you ever heard of
집주인도
the
못
saying,
알아채게
if you
해라.
rob a house, make
이
sure the
속담도
homeowner
모르십니까?
never realizes it?
그런 건
I don't know anything about... I
네.
didn't... Yes, of
제가
course you
방금
wouldn't. I
만들어낸
just made that up.
말이거든요.
Remember it well
그럼
next time.
이만
I'll see you around.
손님들 맞을 준비를
I have visitors that need
해야지.
greeting. And before long, we were dragged into a mess of unprecedented scale. He looks like a wet cat to you? He looks like a bloody wet cat. He's cooked.
엄마밖에 없지?
Haven't you ever heard of this shit that I made up? I can't say that I have. Okay, so
딸,
we did it. We beat the intermission. We beat the nothing. Mini 1, 2, 3. These are more minis in between. These are just 3 stories. I'm not gonna lie, my voice is kind of shot right now. My voice is kind of shot and I'm feeling a little tired. I think we might actually end the stream early today. Just because the next thing I have online is basically just story, which I love the story, but I want to do the voices and it's tough whenever, you know, my voice is shot. I did not pull. That was actually what we were getting to next, Putty, is I wanted to see what we got in our extraction. And we've got this new thing, right? And we've got this new Ishmael 000 that's possible to pull. And then there's the target extraction Gregors. So I think I want to pull from, there's like this Yi Sang ideality as well. I think I want to pull from this. Yeah. I think, so I've got enough, I have enough juice to do two pulls now. So I think that's what we're going to do. This is the Shadow Vested Blade Singer Marisalt. This is a ego, right? This is not like a ID. This is something that is that's an ego. And then there's the target extraction Gregor, which lets you pull any of the Gregor stuff that you want. Yiseng ideality is just a fancy word for pity. That's fun. It's an ego. I'm not a huge fan of them making egos that are just, this is a buff for a specific ID. Yeah. Well, I don't know what to pull from. I suppose this new thing that just popped up would be the ID to go for, right? The Ishmael. I don't know if this is like, this Ishmael looks like it's got bleed bits in it. Bleed is something that I like. So maybe we pull for Ishmael one because she's cool. Yeah. I mean, I like the vibe here is very cool. So that's what we're gonna pull. Bupkis.
공평하게 죽음을
Another Heathcliff.
그랬더라. 아무튼
이상이라 부르게.
Ah, it's my first Yi Sang.
행사를 맡고 있지.
It's my first Yi Sang ID. And we're just gonna extract again. What else remains for me to cut down? This looks fancy. Oh, cool. Season 6 Drifting Blade of Hong Yuan Ryoshu. Take a screenshot. What do you mean? Oh, cool. So I got I did a thing. Employee Gregor reporting for duty. It's on stream. I don't really need to take a screenshot. The whole thing is on stream. G Corp manager Corporal Gregor. This goober. I think he's adorable. A mass outbreak of distortions. Bragging rights? Who am I gonna brag to? Seasons. I got the thing. That's the thing, right? I did it. We got the new thing. Nailed it. I think the devs watch my stream and they see me complain constantly about how shitty their game is compared to the previous game. And I think this is them throwing IDs at me to get me to shut up so that I'll stop complaining about their game. If they watched your stream, you get exclusively Heathcliff IDs before getting anything else. Oh my god, I think that's actually true. I think that would be really funny. Personally, I think that would be fucking hilarious. Well, that's cool. Three golds in one go is pretty neat. I love this. This is awesome. This looks so cool. I love this Ryoshu vibe is very, very cool. I don't know what the fuck is rupture. When hit by an attack, take fixed damage by the effect's potency, then reduce its count by 1. It is super cool looking. I love this. It's gorgeous. I love this little this little goober with this saluting bug arm. Adorable. Adorable. Out of the ones that we got, which ones are the strongest of the... I think this one, right? The LCD OSIR team. Wouldn't this be the stronger? The, God damn it, words. Wouldn't this be the stronger of the IDs? Drifting Blade and LCR are both good? Okay, cool. Cool. And that means we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We actually have a full team of characters now. I just need to level these guys up, which is going to take some, you know, it's going to take some time and it's going to take some doing to get everybody up to snuff. But I'm going to get these guys up to 30, and then over the weekend, as I do my dailies, I'll probably be able to get enough to uptie both of them. If not both of them to level 2 or both of them to level 3, then definitely be able to uptie them to, what's the level? Oh my god, we were just like right there, right, just barely able to get both of these IDs to 30. Okay, so now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. He's not 30. Oh no, he is 30. Awesome. So we've got all of our IDs that we're actively using are now level 30. Cool. That's stuff. How much event points do you have? I think you mean how many? Event points. That's the English teacher snark coming out in me. Event points. Event open. This place, right? 258. I'm saving all of my event points until I get to be able to buy this. Because I want to be able to use Honglu, and Honglu is adorable. And this looks badass. How many photos do you have? Interesting. I think that's bugged out. Anyway, yeah, we'll of course come back to this. Little by little we'll make progress, you know, and I'll spend all of the reward points once I have them stacked up, because there's no reason to spend them now. I'm just like not in a rush at all. But three 3-star IDs on a single pool, seems very unlikely. I'm sure that there are odds for that that would would be in the, you know, sub-0 percentile of possibility, but you're telling me there's a chance. The event points are called photos this time. Yeah, I know. It's 100% because it happened. Oh my god. Yeah, that's true, because it's in the past. It's 100% chance to happen 5 minutes ago. We did it. We did the thing, ladies and joims. We got the ID, we played the video game, and you don't belong here. What are you doing here? And we're gonna do more of that. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, we'll see you guys on Monday. I'm gonna go take a little tinkle break, and then I'll be in Discord. ! Discord if you want to join us in the Discord and hang out. But I will see all of you beautiful I'll see you beautiful people on Monday. Have an awesome night. And toodles and stuff. Bye.